Welcome to Raven's CineTech Rewind, where cinema, technology, and fandom collide. Today's episode dives into the bizarrely tragic world of AI poetry, because apparently, robots think they can outright Shakespeare. Spoiler alert, they can't. But, oh, do they try? So, let's set the scene. It's 2023, and some super brilliant, or maybe just super bored, developers decided to teach AI how to write poetry. Why not? They must have thought. After all, AI is already drawing knockoff Van Goghs, so why not aim for poetic greatness? Here's a taste of what happened. One AI-generated poem described love as, quote, "a cloud of warm potatoes." Shocking? Hilarious? Equal parts both? Yeah, we're not sure either. But hey, nothing screams romantic like your feelings being compared to mashed starch. Now, this tech train wreck wasn't just about creating weird metaphors. The idea came from developers wanting artificial intelligence to simulate human creativity. The problem is, creativity isn't a formula. You can't simply toss in some vibes, sprinkle a dash of iambic pentameter, and out comes an ode to heartbreak that brings you to your knees. Oh no, folks. AI creativity is like watching someone type poetry just using autocorrect suggestions. It's technically correct, but oh, so wrong. Want to hear something bizarre? In one competition, actual human judges rated an AI's poem higher than a human's because they couldn't tell the difference. That sounds like a win for the robots. Until someone pointed out that the poem was plagiarized from an 18th century poet. So basically, the AI just Googled its homework, copy-pasted, and handed it in early. Classic. But this opens a bigger can of worms. Can AI ever be, well, original? Experts argue that these bots don't actually have a true creative thought. They don't feel heartbreak or joy, or, in this case, potatoes. They're just remixing data we feed them from the internet, which, let's face it, isn't exactly winning Pulitzers. And in case you're wondering why this matters, consider this. Some news outlets now use AI to write poems and even greeting cards. Yeah, the heartfelt Valentine's card you buy next year might have been spat out by a glorified Word document with a processor. But wait, it gets wilder. There's this infamous moment when an AI wrote something so sorrowful in tone that its creators shut it down for being, quote, disturbingly human. Like, hello, you didn't code empathy into the thing, but suddenly it's feeling deeper feels than Carl at karaoke night? Make it make sense. By the way, if you're still doubting how ridiculous this whole AI poetry gig is, let's not forget Twitter bots. Remember when a bot started spamming limericks, but every single one was either grammatically disastrous or involved farm animals for no apparent reason? Because if robots are taking over, clearly, their first order of business is mastering sheep-based rhymes. But not all AI poetry is a tragedy for the arts. There are some cool uses, like helping students brainstorm ideas or providing inspiration to writers hitting the dreaded block. The catch? You need human oversight. Unless you want to star in the next viral AI fail meme, like, say, when a chatbot wrote a haiku about avocados, but somehow turned it into an existential rant about the futility of existence. Yep, that happened. And we laughed, we cried, we questioned everything. At the end of the day, the real takeaway here is that AI is a tool, kind of like your GPS. It can guide you to the destination. But let's not confuse Siri with Hemingway, okay? So here's my question for you geeks. Would you ever buy a book of poems written by AI? Are you ready to tell your BFF, check out these sonnets by Siri? Let me know in the comments. Speaking of which, can anyone explain why AI has such a thing for potatoes? Seriously, do programmers snack that much while coding? That's a wrap for today, folks. This has been Raven Witchwood, keeping geek culture honest one roast at a time. If you laughed, learned, or cringed, don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, and remember, robots may someday replace your job, but they'll never steal your bad breakup poetry. Probably. See you next time on Raven's CineTech Rewind.